Everyone wants more money, but most of us weren't taught how to create an abundant life. That's where the law of attraction, manifesting success stories show comes in. If you are ready to have more money, create more freedom, and experience more fun, turn the volume up. It's time to learn how to create the prosperity and life you have been dreaming of. Here's your host, Cassie Parks.
Hello and welcome to this episode. I am your host, Cassie Parks, and I am here with Safiyya and Alisa, and I am super excited for them to share about 2020, all their money manifesting, how they've grown, all of that fun stuff. So we're going to jump right in. Safiyya, what's awesome?
Well, I recently discovered that I had a gift card for $25 out there.
Yay!
Yeah, like a friend of mine, I'm thinking she gave it to me for my birthday last year, and I think I just forgot about it. And I was looking through my Facebook account, like where we've shared messages, and I saw it on there. I was like, I didn't know that was sitting up there. Like, all right, $25.
Yes.
And then another friend, my birthday was recently, and she gave me a gift card to Amazon, but I didn't get a chance to check the amount until this weekend, and it had like $50 on it. So that was exciting.
Yeah, that's awesome.
My husband recently bought me a new yoga mat and a phone case for my phone because I've really been needing both of those. So I was excited. He surprised me with those. And some friends that I've been helping with their business, they have asked me to do the voiceover part for their phone, for their business. And I've been practicing voiceovers and stuff. So that was pretty cool of them. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, my voice is about to be out there.
Yes.
So she sent me the script and everything. So we're going to record that today. So
awesome.
Like I had been practicing my voiceovers, doing stuff, and it's prepared me to bring in this opportunity to be able to do that for them. So
yay, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
And Alisa, what's awesome with you?
Well, I know we've talked about what's going on in my life in previous episodes, but I eloped a couple of weeks ago.
Yay! Congratulations.
Yeah, so after being divorced for over a decade, I'm now married again, which is super exciting and very, very strange at the same time.
Yay! Oh, it's awesome. Fabulous. I love it. All right. Well, let's jump into money and manifesting. I would love to hear your money manifesting totals because we like to share those because we share what we want more of, right? And if you would also share your favorite money manifesting story of the year. Alisa, I'll start with you this time.
Okay. So total first.
Yes.
Let me open up my phone again. Okay. So manifested total is $19,553.73.
Yay, that's awesome.
It's a lot.
Yes.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
I was sharing before we started that my brain just goes, are you sure? Like, really? Really? But I put it on a spreadsheet, so that must be right.
Right, exactly. Yes, I love it. Very cool.
Yeah.
And so what's your favorite way that money has ended up on that list this year?
My absolute favorite way are the 2 unexpected checks that I got in the mail.
Yes.
I think I shared those stories on previous episodes as well, but that was just fun. Like, I mean, yes. Mail is never exciting these days. We just get bills in the mail or junk mail. But to get money in the mail, so much fun.
It is so much fun. And kind of like your total in the beginning, you didn't really believe that was really possible, right? Before that happened, and listeners will get to hear actually your story later in the year about that. Because the episodes haven't been released and this is coming out before that. Yeah.
So, I see. Okay.
Yeah. But you had a little like, I don't know if that's possible about checks in the mail, right?
Well, I mean, I'd heard stories of other people in different LOA Facebook groups or communities talking about checks in the mail. I always thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But for me, coming into this program with the law of attraction, I'd never really had much success beyond getting a really good parking spot. That's where I started, was getting really good parking spots. And so it was just really fun and exciting. And I've manifested some larger totals that, came through me through either gifts. Like I that total I gave includes my wedding ring, and other things. But getting that check in the mail and seeing the dollar sign and being able to sign it and deposit it is so much more fun. So it didn't even matter what the total on the checks was, because it was just fun. Just it was like getting, a birthday present from somebody that you didn't know knew it was your birthday.
Yes, I love that analogy. And I love the reason I asked this question is because usually, and it doesn't have to be, but I would say more often than not, this people's favorite stories, and it's similar with me too, is that thing that maybe the number isn't huge, but it was the most fun. It was the most random, or it was the thing you didn't see coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm totally okay with all of my manifesting coming through unexpected checks.
Yes.
I want more of that. It's fun.
I love it. Fabulous. Safiyya, what is your money manifested total, and what's your favorite story of the year about manifesting money?
My total is $28,381.75.
Woohoo! That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. That's a very juicy number.
I like that description. It is a very juicy number.
Very, very juicy. Let's get some more of that. Keep it coming.
Yes, right?
And my favorite story about manifesting money this year is definitely the reduction of certain financial responsibilities that I've had that have worked in my favor by allowing me more space, since I made a very big change for myself this year in June. So it's just allowed me a bit of breathing room not to have to worry about those financial things. And it just really eases the mind. And there's this situation where I sent my mom a gift card to Aldi's for $25, but something was wrong with it. And I guess the grocery store didn't check it out right or something like that. So it didn't work for her. She said, here's what I'll do. I'll send that back to you. She said, you just spend it and you have a good time, and, let them know what happened. So I was like, okay, I'll count that as money manifested. So I went to the grocery store, they fixed it. So not only did they give me another card with money on it, but just shopping around made me realize that I could save a lot of money by going to that grocery store in conjunction with other ones that I go to as well. So it's like I was able to still get the same things that I always get, but it was a lot cheaper. And so I think the universe steered me in that way so that I could start to save money on our grocery bill, which made it a lot easier just in my mind. I'm saving money, I'm putting money away, I have space to give myself time as I transition to the new thing. So I really like those kinds of stories. Like my sister, she added us to her Sam's Club membership. So I'm saving even more money. So
yes.
It's all really working in my favor.
Oh, that's awesome. So fun. I love it. Very cool. So, Safiyya, how did your experience using the law of attraction deepen and grow in 2020?
Well, the biggest thing is that I decided to leave my full-time job.
Yay!
Yes. And so it's like I'm on 100% faith right now, 100% faith. And I'm just fine with that. And the fact that I've been doing this work and really honing in on what you teach us has allowed me to bring in opportunities that are helping me to transition into the next thing. So I would say for me, that's the biggest thing. And just being able to trust that things are working in my favor. They just are, because they are. And so I don't have to worry about what's going to happen, because it's all working in my favor.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love it. And I love when you get to come and you say, oh yeah, I sent in an audition for this or that, or I did this. And you're like, I have the space to do it, which is such an awesome experience. And I love watching you grow and get to experience that now that, yeah, when they call and say, yes, I'm ready, because there's nothing else in the way.
Yeah. And having this new time has allowed me to really start focusing on projects that I wanted to do for myself that will help to sustain me financially and grow and thrive. And so it's just been really good. It really has. It has been great.
Yay. Amazing. Alisa, I'm going to give you the same question next. Okay. How did your experience in using the law of attraction deepen and grow this year?
I figured out it works.
Yay!
Yeah. Like I said, going from, only ever being able to get really good parking spots to having unexpected checks in the mail, having the love of my life return back into my life, getting married when I had completely given up on that ever being a possibility for me again. And so many other things. It's like I started in this program with Cassie, then everything just hit super speed. It's all been happening so fast that it's kind of taken my breath away a little bit.
I love that. Yeah. And we should know, I'm saying in 2020, and I think obviously you've been growing in 2020 or you wouldn't have ended up here. But, we're talking for Alisa, it's March to November is the 2020, because that's when you said yes. And you're like, I'm all in and I'm doing this. And so I love that. Love it. Awesome. Safiyya, what evidence or it's happening have you seen this year? We did get to hear it's happening about the voiceover, so that's fun. Tell us what other evidence and it's happening you're seeing.
I manifested a trip to the beach, which was really nice. That was the scripting that I've been doing since earlier this year has revolved around a beach trip. So it was just like everything that I had been writing about and scripting about happened on this beach trip. And that really blew my mind. That it felt so intentional that these things happened because that's the way that I wrote them. And so that's the way that, we're aiming to live, that things are not necessarily happening by coincidence, but they're happening because that's what you said. That's what you wanted. That's what you've described. That's what we're creating. So that was a really nice one. I was like, wow, because I would hear people in the group say, hey, I manifested my script this weekend. And I'd be like, okay, well, I wonder what mine will look like. And indeed, it did happen. So that's a big evidence one.
Yes.
Also, I used to say to myself before, when I had a full-time job, that, one day I'll just be able to start my morning any way that I want to start it. Like, just do whatever I want to do. I think at the time I might have been listening to someone say they start their morning with yoga and meditation and some hot coffee. And I was like, one day that is going to be me. And sure enough, it is. Like, I just get to start my morning however I want to start it. If I want to meditate for an hour, I get to just meditate for an hour.
Yes.
If I just want to relax for a little while before I head into my projects, then I get to do that too. And so that's another definite evidence for this year. Definitely.
Yay. That's amazing. I love it. Alisa, how about you? What evidence? I mean, there's a lot happening.
There's a lot happening.
Yeah, it's awesome. And what other evidence are you seeing that that's even expanding to a new level?
Well, I think a couple of my favorite things is when early on when I started in the course, you had us do a series of writing exercises, kind of describing what our future photo shoots or things like that are going to look like. And in one of them, I was like, I think it was like at the $3 million manifest mark or something like that, something like extreme. I was like, okay, if I have that much money, I'm definitely owning a castle in Scotland. My ancestry is Scottish and Irish, and I've been to the UK and I absolutely love it there. So it's like, I want to have a home there. So I did that writing exercise, and the next day, on one of my Instagram pages that I follow, pops up a castle in Scotland for sale. I was like, all right.
Yes.
So that's, that was fun. And that was kind of a nice little it's happening to have happen really early on. Other things around it's happening is I love hearing the stories of everybody else's lives. Like Safiyya saying that she's, been able to leave her full-time job. That's definitely on my list of things to move towards. And so being able to hear other people talk about what they've been able to create through, following your program is evidence that it's completely possible.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I love it. Very cool. Is there any, I always love to ask this question, any LOA myths that you thought before you got here and you've either realized, oh, that's what it meant, or like a myth that, I don't know, you're supposed to do a million things, or any LOA myths that you have dispelled and you'd love to share with other people? Like, I thought it worked this way, but it really works this way.
Well, I think the one that I'm still working on, that even came up in a recent call, is that you have to work at it. Yes. I say things like, I want to get back on top of things, or, whatever, get back on track. And you're like, no, no, it's okay. You're doing great. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. I'm just like, but I have a list. So I think that that's an area where I'm still learning and growing, to just chill. It's going to be okay.
Yeah, I love that. And that you're doing the work in between. Like, when you put stuff in motion, sometimes the work isn't the thing we check off the list, or even though, we have assignments and we want to participate in those assignments, it's also the thing that happens in between those. Like, that is doing the work. Yeah, I love it. I love that you're learning, and I love that you shared that, because that is a big one. I love it. Very cool. Safiyya, how about you? Any LOA myths to dispel for our listeners?
Yes, that only big shifts and changes count as manifestation.
Yay, I love this. Say more. Yes.
It's I think it's easy to fall into the idea that if big explosive things are not happening, then things aren't working. But it's really the little wins that lead to the big wins. It's like when you learn to celebrate, where you are and the things that are happening where you are, then things start to shift, and they start to change, and they start to grow the more you recognize when it's coming into your life. Yes. And it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And so I think learning to embrace the small and embrace what's happening where you are allows you to embrace the big things.
Absolutely. And I've seen that with you on your journey. Like, as you started talking about that, I had flashbacks to some of your first things on Pinterest, and, oh, this got traction, and this, and celebrating that, right? And now we're celebrating voiceovers and you leaving your job, and you're absolutely right. And that is such a great myth to dispel, because that's why I think so many people miss that it's happening, because it doesn't look big enough in the moment.
Yeah, for sure. Because I know, I would say, looking at where I was a year ago versus where I am now, I would have never thought. I would have never thought that this would happen, that I'd even have the time to be here sitting with you having this conversation, because I don't have to go to a traditional job. But last year, me looking at it was like, I don't know what I'm going to have to do. Maybe I should try this, or maybe I should try that. But eventually it's like, just relax and just allow, because just because you think something is not happening, it's happening. And you just have to allow that change to manifest in your life. Like it's going, it's happening, it's behind the scenes. And you just have to allow and prepare yourself for when it's time to move. Because when it was time to move, it was time to move. It's like, okay, this is what we're doing today.
Yes. Yes.
Like, I'm ready. Let's do this today. Back in June, it was like, okay, this is what we're doing.
Yes, this is happening right now.
Yeah, this is happening right now. I'm going to push this button that says, okay.
Yeah.
Today is it.
Today is it. That is awesome. Yes. And such a good point that I want to say again to make sure listeners hear, you're always preparing for that moment, right? So often we're waiting on that moment that we miss. We're supposed to be getting ready because there are things to get ready for that moment. Yeah. Yay. I love it. Awesome. Well, this has been a super fun episode. All you listeners, I am sure you're taking away so much evidence and growth and hopefully dispelling those myths if you are holding on to those. I will be back with Safiyya and Alisa next week, where they're actually going to turn the tables and ask me some questions. So I'm really excited about this next one. Make sure to come back and check it out next week. Is not being able to manifest successfully holding you back? You know there's some piece that you're missing. I get it, and I can help. And I would love for you to be successful before you pay me to help you. So if you want to learn how to make the law of attraction work for you and manifest more money, go to payafteryoumanifest.com for all the information and to apply for my program that starts January 1st, 2021, where you get access to me, the Enchanted Circle, and my program, Manifest 10K, which has helped thousands of people manifest millions of dollars. All to start complimentary, and you get to pay me based on your success. Go to payafteryoumanifest.com for all the details and to apply.
Thank you for joining us on the Law of Attraction, Manifesting Success Stories show. To learn how to identify your current money story, go to identifyyourmoneystory.com.